Marriage is commonly viewed as a lifelong journey enriched with love, companionship, and shared experiences. However, over time, many women experience a growing sense of disconnection from their husbands. This change doesn't occur suddenly, but gradually, influenced by unmet emotional needs, shifting responsibilities, and personal growth. Online discussions and forums often highlight a pattern. As women age, they begin to harbour feelings of resentment, frustration, or even a strong dislike towards their husbands. This video delves into the underlying causes of this mounting dissatisfaction and provides insights on how couples can address and resolve these issues. Firstly, the silent burden of unshared responsibilities. A prevalent issue among women in enduring marriages is the sensation of shouldering a disproportionate amount of household and family duties. In the initial stages of a relationship, the division of roles might appear flexible, but as time progresses, women frequently end up handling the bulk of both emotional and practical tasks at home. Take Sarah, for example, who balances a demanding job, household responsibilities, and childcare. Her husband John, though diligent in his professional life, perceives home duties as solely her responsibility. As time passes, Sarah feels the pressure of this imbalance intensifying. The absence of shared responsibilities gradually becomes a silent burden, fostering resentment. She begins to resent him not because she detests housework, but because she feels unsupported and overlooked. This scenario is typical, where an unequal share of domestic labour leaves one partner feeling overburdened and undervalued. Number 2. The erosion of emotional intimacy. In the early days of a relationship, couples spend hours talking, laughing, and sharing their dreams. But as years pass, these deep conversations often give way to logistical discussions about bills, errands, and schedules. In other words, communication becomes transactional rather than meaningful. Emotional intimacy is the cornerstone of a strong relationship. When deep, meaningful conversations give way to routine transactional interactions, partners start to feel a growing emotional distance. Consider Emma and Liam. In their early years, they shared dreams, fears, and aspirations late into the night. As years passed, their conversations were now centered around bills, schedules, and chores. The deep emotional connection they once cherished faded. Emma explained how she now misses the emotional closeness and feels more like a roommate than a soulmate. This gradual loss of emotional intimacy can make a partner feel isolated within a marriage. Another woman wrote about how, in the early years of her marriage, her husband would listen intently to her thoughts and feelings. Now, he barely looks up from his phone when she speaks. Over time, she began to feel like an invisible presence rather than a cherished partner. When emotional intimacy disappears, women feel lonely in their marriages. A lack of connection leads to a sense of being unimportant and unheard. Number 3. The impact of unfulfilled personal growth. Many women enter marriage with their own goals and dreams, but somewhere along the way, they may feel like they sacrifice their ambitions for the sake of their family. If their husband is unsupportive or indifferent to their growth, it can breed resentment and feelings of stagnation. Take Maria, who has always dreamt of pursuing a degree in art. Her husband, Carlos, dismisses her aspirations, suggesting it's impractical. Feeling unsupported, Maria suppresses her passion, leading to a sense of unfulfillment. Over time, she associates this stagnation with Carlos's lack of encouragement, breeding resentment. When personal growth is stifled, especially by a partner, it can lead to deep-seated dissatisfaction. Feeling unsupported in personal growth creates resentment. Women want to evolve and feel fulfilled, and if their partner doesn't encourage that, they begin to associate their unhappiness with the marriage. You can encourage each other's passions. A good marriage allows both partners to evolve, not remain stagnant. Number 4. The consequences of neglecting appreciation. Over time, small acts of appreciation can fade. A wife who once received sweet messages and thoughtful gestures may now feel like she's just an expected presence in the home. When a woman's efforts go unnoticed or unacknowledged, it can leave her feeling invisible in her marriage. Think about Linda, who meticulously planned her husband's 50th birthday, organising a surprise party with all his friends. But when her birthday arrived, he just offered her a generic gift card, lacking thought or effort. Linda felt unappreciated and her efforts unnoticed. This lack of reciprocal appreciation can make one feel taken for granted, diminishing the affection once felt. Another woman described how she planned a beautiful anniversary surprise, only for her husband to barely acknowledge it. He simply said thanks and returned to watching TV. She felt like her love and effort meant nothing. You see, a lack of appreciation breeds resentment. Women don't expect grand gestures. Small signs of gratitude go a long way in making them feel valued. Express gratitude often. A simple thank you or recognition of effort can make all the difference. Number 5. The strain of divergent social engagements. Couples who once enjoyed social activities together may find themselves drifting apart socially. Differences in social preferences can create tension if not navigated thoughtfully. When one partner desires social interaction while the other prefers solitude, it can lead to feelings of isolation or constraint. In other words, if a husband becomes withdrawn while the wife remains socially engaged, this can create friction. Let's reflect on Hannah and Mark's story. In their younger years, they enjoyed socializing together, but as they aged, Mark preferred staying home while Hannah remained socially active. Mark's reluctance to join her made Hannah feel guilty for wanting to engage with friends, leading to internal conflict and resentment. When partners have differing social needs and fail to accommodate each other, it can create a rift in the relationship. Another woman expressed frustration that her husband never wanted to go out anymore. She felt isolated because she still wanted to experience life while he preferred staying home. Feeling held back or isolated can make a woman feel trapped in the marriage. Find a balance, support each other's social needs and compromise when necessary. Number 6. The challenge of retirement adjustments. Retirement can bring significant lifestyle changes and unexpected challenges, especially if one partner disrupts the other's established routines. This can lead to unforeseen tensions. In Japan, there's a recognized phenomenon known as retired husband syndrome, where wives develop stress-related illnesses upon their husband's retirement. After years of independence, the constant presence of a spouse can disrupt established routines, leading to tension. For instance, Aoi enjoyed her daily routines and social circles. But when her husband, Hiroshi, retired, his constant presence and expectations disrupted her life, causing stress and resentment. This underscores the importance of discussing and planning for retirement dynamics to ensure mutual comfort. A sudden shift in daily routines can cause friction, especially if personal space is not respected. But you can always have independent hobbies and set personal boundaries. Number 7. The disconnect of technological immersion. In today's digital age, technology can become a barrier to genuine connection. Excessive screen time can lead to feelings of neglect and emotional distance. Excessive phone or computer use can make a woman feel like she's competing with a screen for attention, as it creates emotional distance between partners. Consider Sophie and Jack's story. Jack spends his evenings engrossed in his smartphone, scrolling through social media. Sophie yearns for meaningful conversation, but Jack's digital distraction creates a barrier. She feels neglected and secondary to a screen. This modern challenge highlights how technology, while beneficial, can impede genuine connection when not managed mindfully. Another woman shared, "My husband spends hours scrolling on his phone during our limited time together, while I sit next to him feeling alone." Neglecting real-life connections for digital distractions creates emotional distance. Try to set boundaries for screen time and prioritize face-to-face interactions. Number 8. The loss of physical affection. Over time, physical affection, hugs, kisses, hand-holding may dwindle. When intimacy fades, emotional distance often follows. But despite the decreases in physical intimacy over time, a complete lack of affection can make a woman feel unwanted. Think of Rachel and Sam's story. In their early years, they held hands, hugged, and kissed regularly. Over time, these gestures became rare. Rachel now misses the physical closeness and feels a void in their connection. Physical touch is a powerful communicator of love, and its absence can lead to feelings of rejection and loneliness. Small, consistent gestures, hugs, kisses, eye contact, holding hands, can rekindle affection. Number 9. The undermining public critique. Publicly criticizing or making jokes at a spouse's expense can damage their confidence and trust. Imagine a couple at a dinner party. Let's call them Laura and Peter. Now, Peter frequently makes jokes at Laura's expense, highlighting her quirks in front of friends. While he sees it as harmless fun, Laura feels humiliated and disrespected. Public criticism, even in jest, can erode trust and affection. The feeling belittled in front of others can lead to deep emotional wounds. Another woman shared that her husband often mocked her in front of friends, even though he called it just teasing. She felt humiliated. Respect your spouse in public as much as in private, because public humiliation breeds resentment. Number 10. The frustration of unresolved conflicts. Avoiding conflict might maintain surface harmony, but unresolved issues can fester, leading to deeper resentment. Consider Olivia and Daniel, who avoided conflicts to maintain peace. However, when unresolved issues accumulated, it created an undercurrent of tension. Olivia felt her concerns were never addressed, leading to simmering resentment. Avoiding conflict might seem harmonious, but it often leads to unresolved issues that fester over time. Another woman shared how she and her husband never really resolved their issues. Instead, they swept them under the rug until she realized she no longer respected him. Address issues openly and find resolutions together, because unresolved tension turns into resentment. Number 11. The disappointment of broken promises. A spouse who repeatedly breaks promises erodes trust. One woman shared how her husband often promised to fix things around the house, but seldom followed through. She could no longer rely on him. Consistently failing to keep promises, however small, can erode the foundation of trust in a relationship. Follow through on commitments to maintain trust. Number 12. The drift from shared interests. Shared activities strengthen bonds. If a couple once bonded over shared activities, losing that connection can create emotional distance. Megan and Tom bonded over hiking adventures in their youth, but as years passed, Tom lost interest in outdoor activities, while Megan continued her excursions alone. The shared passion that once united them faded, leading to a sense of drifting apart. Maintaining shared interests or cultivating new ones together is vital to keeping the relational bond strong. Find new shared interests or revisit old ones to maintain connection, because shared experiences create closeness. Losing that bond can make a relationship feel stale. Number 13. The isolation of unsupported challenges. Feeling unsupported during tough times makes a woman feel alone. In other words, facing personal challenges without spousal support can lead to feelings of isolation and abandonment. One woman named Fiona shared how she was facing health challenges and strived to maintain a healthy lifestyle. However, her husband Greg continued with unhealthy habits and offered no support for her efforts. Ultimately, Fiona felt isolated in her journey and wished for a partner who would stand by her side. A lack of support during personal challenges can make one feel alone even within a marriage. Marriage is a dynamic relationship that demands ongoing effort, effective communication, and deep mutual understanding. On the Timeless Wisdom channel, we explore why some women gradually start to feel discontent with their husbands, often due to feelings of being unseen, unappreciated, or emotionally disconnected. Fortunately, many of these challenges can be overcome with open communication, empathy, and a commitment to mutual growth. By prioritizing emotional connection, valuing each other's contributions, and adapting to the inevitable shifts in life, couples can transform resentment into a rejuvenated love and partnership. The essence of a lasting and fulfilling marriage isn't found in perfection, but in the continuous choice to support and cherish one another every single day. We invite you to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might benefit from it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more guidance on living your best life. Take care, and thank you for watching Timeless Wisdom.